Just to keep this even more stable, we need to run. I'm working. Yeah, I'm working, he says. He's doing it on purpose. Hey everybody, welcome back to Life in the North 40. I am so excited to continue this dry off-grid cabin build and have you join us in the Rocky Mountains on our own property. Today, we're going to be doing the foundation and footers. It is coming together. So what I'm doing here is we're going to go create our forms today. Exciting day, get our foundation started. And when we put our tubes, our concrete tube forms in, we want to put gravel down in the very bottom. And we're going to want to cut those so they're all level and they're all plumb and straight. And to do that, we want to have a good base underneath before we add our mixed Sackcrete concrete. We've got the reciprocal saw, we've got a hand saw to rip, cut sonotubes, compressor hose, extension cord, nail gun, hammer, all that stuff. I'm taking everything down I think I'm gonna need. It might be overkill. I put a metal cutting blade on my chop saw to cut through rebar, because today we're gonna be cutting rebar to go down to the post holes. Got my SAWHORSEs. Just gonna leave those down on site. I've been needing to take them down. Luckily this is on a collapsible stand. I can pull this out, wheel it out and stand it up. Got the wheelbarrow to mix the concrete and haul dirt. I've got 2 Army 5-gallon water cans full of water to mix our concrete so we have water on site. So let's go down to the shop and get the rest of the materials to get this foundation in. 80 pounders. You can get these in 60 pounds. So if we fill, supposedly, according to the calculator, if you fill one of these, I'm using 10-inch sonotubes over there we're gonna have to get, and they're 4 feet tall. That takes 4 bags of 80 pounds of concrete per tube. Not all my tubes are gonna go to full length. We have to bury our tubes at least 24 inches under the ground level for our frost line to code where we live, which we're going to do. So that means you only have 2 feet extra to extend above the ground level on these particular sonotubes that I bought. They're only 4 feet high. So we have 18 bags. We're getting 6 more today. That'll give us 24 bags. Anything we don't use, we can return. I'm just going to try to stay to that outside edge as best as possible. 208. This is way quieter.
This is very nice and quiet.
Way well. If you don't turn it off, then it's good.
What do you got there, Dad?
You better watch out for the dogs.
Hey, babe, you want to hold this?
Yep. Here, hon. Mom made them yesterday.
Babe? Okay.
This saves time in the long run. I wanted to have this done for me. Right here, you have to Actually, let's see if we hit you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm on your chest. Okay.
Okay. There it is.
Got a pencil on you, Rick?
Yep.
You know, you got to get prepared.
He does. It's on your ear.
No, I forgot that.
That's way more drastic than we thought, isn't it?
Well, by my measurements, because of that stump, and I have to build up a little bit to crawl under here, it was a 4-foot drop.
I see it, yeah.
There it is.
Rick. That's what we
Right, 13.
And I think that is, well, it's going to have to be closer.
Should I raise that up?
Yeah. That's too much down. Right there. That is for a cabin. That's like perfect. Okay.
Yeah, for a cabin.
And Rick rolls out of bed while he's sleeping.
Yeah, for a cabin.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Now. Well, we have two choices.
We got to excavate uphill a little bit.
Either that or we move our string downhill. Let me stick this one in over here, Rick.
Okay.
This one's like beautiful.
Is it?
This one here.
Do I need to move string or dig uphill?
Yeah. This hole. See, because even like this, Rick.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's just dig it up. Okay, so Rick, go ahead and put however much gravel you want in the bottom of these.
Okay.
Then let's go ahead. And I think while we get these ready to pour, we're going to get our diagonal here.
Right.
First of all, we're going to run a parallel line now.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
16 feet. Okay.
Okay. Agreed.
Whoa.
Oh, did it go downhill?
Yeah, like down to me.
Did it go downhill?
So we're going to cut that. I can cut that with my handsaw.
Double check this.
Okay. On it. Good. Yes, ma'am.
see. One thing about pouring like this is you aren't hard on the sonotube, you know. Here. That was really about 3 buckets, didn't it?
Well, everybody, as you can see here, my prime mover, our Polaris Ranger that we're using to build the cabin, I just went to crank the handle to shift the gear and snapped off my shifting lever. Typical for us. I guess I don't know my own strength. Either that or this is just cheap metal. Anyway, this has been a hard shifter since I bought it 3 years ago, and I just snapped it off. So just go ahead and using some vice grips to get that thing going. Let me show you how I can shift it. It's a little difficult, so I need to go. I'm in drive, Murph 9. I'm gonna go into reverse. Oh, there we are. So it's super easy, super user friendly. So today we've got to finish getting our floor construction complete. We've got our boxing done.
Gosh, you're brave.
I know, right, put my finger right there.
No, I was thinking your nose.
Oh yeah.
Right, well,
I don't. Hey, you owe me a couple, don't you? We need to get those floor joists in, and we got to do 2 more piers on the inside runs of the 16-foot front and back wall. We're gonna go ahead and just dig those holes today once we get everything measured for our joists, some of the joists in, and then we're just gonna go ahead and cut our 6x6 pressure treated, pop them in the holes, and then we're gonna notch them to come right into that framing. And just pour the cement in there. We're not going to do forms for those. We're just going to do a pole barn style, dump the cement in after we tamp it and measure. Also got to put a couple more lags on the uphill corners, corner posts. The cement was a little green yesterday. I actually cranked down on our lag expander that was, we drilled the hole into our pillar and I cracked it. Just a quarter of it. So we strapped it and I'm going to show you that.
my thing went off.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so
29 1/4. And this stuff being wet too, I think. Okay, so now we're going to make a box. I have a 16-foot mark on that, and it's about a 1/4 inch in.
where are you headed?
I'm just going to lay this. With the socket. 1811. I think we're supposed to be 1810 and a half.
Sounds familiar.
1811. Oh my goodness, we're like perfect.
All right, there's that. Well, we've had a pretty good adventure. Wanted to share with you one of our, Murphy's Law, right? If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. We ran into our cement because of cooler temperatures in a North Idaho spring. Our cement was a little green yesterday, and I'm Mongo. I like to over tighten stuff. So this form here was good to go. We drilled our cement bit down in here for our strap lag, our expanding bolt that would go down here. I got it in, was cranking it with the washer, and I cranked it too hard and it cracked this pillar. And it's just on this quarter portion, so 3/4 of the pillar is still intact. So we went ahead and ratchet strapped it super tight, and you see we've got a homemade fix here. What we did is we took a 2x10 pressure treated that I had on hand, and we just cut that to 8x8. Created a little shelf for it, and we ran cement screws in to keep the integrity of the cement here with that strap. So I think that's going to work great, and we still have 2 more supports to do on the 16-foot runs, front and back, which we're going to do today. And we are going to try to lag this in. We'll see what kind of spacing we have with a strap still. It is screwed into this board here from the 6x6.
$15.9. I'm going to make it $15.9 and an 8. Okay. When I come back, we're going to drill a 2x6. I think sideways into there.
To be under
support.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
A little pressure treated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here comes the rain.
Well, we're going to ignore it for a while. Now this will get a lot more screws. We're going to use up all these 5-inch screws because we're going to be going through 3 of these. So
Okay. Looking at this, that is as low as it can go with that scenario. So now that we got that strap in here and the cement finally on this one here, I've got a galvanized lag. I'm running into that through the strap. I've already got screws in, but just some extra security. As you've seen here, you probably wondered why aren't we using hangers inside here for our joists. We're gonna get the joists in with screws, and then we're gonna get those in later. So just getting this frame built. Our spring is so unpredictable, late spring here, that we're trying to get this pressure treated floor frame complete with all the supports done now. And then we're gonna take a little time off when the weather's nicer, and I'll get the flooring in. Insulation, the pressure treated plywood under the underbelly, and we'll get that all squared away. I just don't want it to rain on that, get that stuff wet. Getting that 2.5-inch galvanized lag really kind of secures that the rest of the way. Really stabilizing this thing, especially since we're on a slope, and there's a tilt here. So we want to make sure these things are locked in pretty good. These brown ones.
What? Getting close. And Rick.
It looks like we're dead center.
Okay, good.
I mean, I know it's a 6x6, but we're gonna notch it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody, you see we got some good rain out here. We were trying to beat the rain today. It didn't happen, but we're almost done. We got one more hole to dig. We're gonna put some quickcrete down in there. We got the one more 6x6 to cut to fit. This thing is getting really tight, strong, level and plumb. So that was our goal. This pressure treated's not going anywhere, even in the rain. It's made for that. So until the weather gets nicer here in the Rocky Mountains, you see our spring. This is our spring. Summer's still not here yet. Until it's dry on a consistent basis and warm, I'm not going to put the flooring and the insulation in this to get wet. So exciting though. Really had a lot to contend with this hillside. Lucky for my father-in-law Doug and his building expertise, we were able to solve a lot of problems here. And Mom, Kathy, and all her help. So it's been a family affair up to this point. Got the dogs down here. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna wrap this thing up here shortly with this next hole. Really happy with how it turned out. I know it's a little tall because this is a major incline, hard to see on the camera. We could have dropped that a little lower, but I have to get under this cabin to nail or screw my pressure treated plywood on the bottom. So this highest spot is really being affected by that stump that I cut as low as I could go. So that's kind of my issue that I'm up against with that height. So obviously with the slope, it's really exacerbated on the height of this. But I'll tell you what, once this deck gets out here, it's gonna be like you're right over the top of that pond, peeking through those beautiful cedars and looking at that creek. So it's exciting. And what's better than building something with your own two hands, with your own family, getting dirty out here in God's country. So that's awesome. It looks like 54 would be great.
Okay. Because then we aren't in that darn root ball.
Slogging through the rain, doing the cement, my black gloves, transferred the ink to my hands. It's good times. I wonder if that'll ever come off. Right now we're bracing this thing because it's so high up. Doug, being the expert, is smart. He realized just to keep this even more stable, we need to run.
I'm working.
Yeah, I'm working, he says. He's doing it on purpose. We need to brace this thing for, on the angles just to keep it that more sturdy with the high rise that this has. So that's what we're doing. Cleaning up really in the rain here. Gonna be done on the site for a while. We got a lot done today. We met everything we wanted to get done today. We've got the entire foundation in, boxed in, plumb level, really set in hard and very strong and secure. And ran into some snags on that far pillar. We got that buttressed up as best we can, but it's gonna hold and hold well. This thing's gonna outlive us. So good day, soaking wet out here. Get all these tools picked up, and we'll continue on when the weather's nicer.